All right, guys, during this waiting time, you guys can feel free to start on your do now. And we're going to start about in 3 minutes, okay? By the way, for today, I won't be able to turn on my camera. It's because I forgot my laptop in school and I'm doing on another laptop, I mean the desktop computer, so it doesn't have a camera on it. So I'm going to go with just with my voice today. I really apologize for that one. Okay, thank you so much for the attendance, by the way. I can see the names. And we can start the lesson in 2 more minutes. Share the screen. Good morning, newcomers. There is a couple more new students. They come early, and we have one more, and we have another one. Okay, we're adding up now. All right, okay. So, thank you for the attendance, by the way. All right, it's 44. We can start slowly because some others may come a bit late. So I don't want them to miss anything. I don't also want you guys wait a lot. Yeah, I'm ready now. So if you go in your Google Classroom and if you find your week 5, so this is the 5 week, we almost ended the 5 week. So after week 5, you guys will receive your progress report for everything we've done until this week. So make sure you guys are turning in everything on time. And yeah, so the other thing I just want to point out one more time. So everything you see assignments starting with days, like for example, today is a Wednesday. Did you see this? It says Wednesday or Thursday or FRI, Friday. So everything you see that assignment starting at days, so those are the participation grades. Like I think you almost got it. Like you will see slides, and on the side you see a video. For example, I just added the video from yesterday. It's a 25 minutes. In case if you missed the class. Okay. So yeah, let's start. So today's agenda. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to start with DIN, and we're going to review multiply and divide integers and rationals. I would really recommend to stay in this lesson, because when we do the rationals, I'm going to show you very different kind of problems that you will see. Like I never show you guys this kind of problem. So when I say review, it's a different kind of review. Okay. And then it's the same thing, vocabulary, multiplying and dividing integers this time. And then at the end of the class, you'll see an exit ticket. Okay. So today's agenda, today's objective is I can master in multiplying and dividing rationals. Okay. Master means like you're going to see very different kind of rational multiplications. So we're going to practice those. And the essential question is the same thing that you have in the last week. Is the product of two integers is positive or negative, or neither? On how you can tell them. So it's about the rules. Okay. So today's warm-up, I hope you already start on this one. And if you click this warm-up, DIN link, it's going to take you to DIN. And it's just a review from last week and this week. The first one is very general question, like how many rectangles are seeing, and tell me what. So the second question is dividing numbers. So what do you think when you divide these rational numbers? Use your calculator. And the next one is dividing first, multiplying rationals, then convert to the decimal. Or some calculators like automatically tells you the decimal value of this multiplication. Okay. And the last one is converting fractions. If you guys remember this, because if you are dividing by a prime number, you're going to see a repeating decimal. So which one do you think? Okay. So take your 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes and counting.
You guys have 2 minutes. Try your best in this do now questions for the multiplying and dividing numbers. Use your calculator for all of them, all these three. Okay. And we have about 1.5 minutes. Thank you for the attendance, by the way. Okay, we have 3 students turned in for now. All right, we're about to start the lesson now. In case you guys didn't finish, leave the tab open. So when you have an extra time, you're going to finish up and then close the tab, okay? Because I don't want you to miss anything in this, like as a grade, as a completion. So in case if you miss it, like you can just go to that tab and finish up and submit it. Okay, so we're going to move on, and the next thing we're going to talk about is let me quickly go over the rules about multiplying and dividing. So the rules was saying for both of them, like when you multiply same sign numbers, result is always positive. For example, like positive multiply, like positive number multiply positive number, result is positive, or negative number multiply by negative number, you're going to get positive result. Okay, it's the same thing for division. Like positive number divided by positive number is positive, negative number divided by negative number is positive also. And for the other, like when you multiply opposite signs, which is like positive times negative is equal negative, this is supposed to be like negative times positive is equal negative. So whenever you see opposite sign numbers, result is always negative. It's the same thing for division. Okay, I apologize. I'm supposed to flip this. So positive time divided by negative, it's negative, and negative divided by positive, it's also negative. So when you have opposite sign of numbers, so result is negative all the time. All right. So this is the review from last week. We talk about this one, and let's move on. So today we're going to talk about, as I said, kind of different kind of examples. Not like we're not going to multiply anymore only two numbers. So sometimes we have to multiply like more than two numbers. For example, if you see in the first one, it says evaluate the expression, means you need to find out the result, or evaluate means simplify this. So what I recommend is like go 2 by 2. That's the easy way. So this is 2 and this is 2. Okay, this is alone. So we're going to multiply this at the end. So -6 times 2, because of these are opposite sign numbers, it's going to be negative result. And 2 times 6 is 12, right? And for -2 and -5, these are the same sign numbers, so result is positive. I'm not going to put plus sign this time. So 2 times 5 is 10. So as you see, it's -12 times 10. And now you need to bring it down this one because this is alone, and times -3. Okay. And so now regroup again. So -12 times 10. So because of one of them is negative, the other one is positive, these are opposite sign, and it has to be negative number. And -12 times 10, it's 120 if you use your calculator. Okay, and times, so this is alone again, I'm going to bring it down. It's a -3. Okay, so now you need to multiply these two. Okay, so I'm going to write it down right here. So both of them are negative numbers, which is same sign numbers. It has to be positive result. Okay, so it's a positive. And 120 times 3 is 360. Okay, so there is a two-way you can do this kind of problems. One is like, thank you so much, by the way. I saw in the chat box somebody responded. Thank you. So like there is a two-way. One way is just a group two numbers like, and keep writing down on the bottom like this kind of. I draw this line to show you guys you can see it clearly. Okay. And the other one is you just need to type these all numbers on the calculator. Just -6 times 2 times -2 times -5 times -3, and hit the equal sign, and you'll see the result. So as you see, every step I did, I used the rules, like the rules that I showed you on the previous slides. So this is kind of problems that we will practice today. So what types of strategies will you use to evaluate this expression? I would say it's a step-by-step actions. Okay, that's the strategy that I used, and we can also call that like step-by-step strategy, or I would say step-by-step. Let's say actions. Okay, so this is the, like, if you see this step, it's a step 1, and this is the step 2. Okay. So can you identify the benefits of choosing one strategy versus another? So if you use a calculator strategy, I would say, I don't know if it's a strategy, but it's also the one way you can do. It's a, like, if you know how to type the numbers on the calculator, you can get the answer quickly. Calculator is fast if you know how to use the calculator. And the second one, you can see the steps clearly if you use the step-by-step actions. Okay, step-by-step actions is clearly can be seen each step, like what's going on. So you can understand like how you got the 360 if you do step by step, like you can see clearly what's going on. Okay, so what is the sign of the product and how was the sign determined? So there is a two-way you can determine. One way is when you go with step-by-step action, like every step you can like finding out the signs, and then you ended up with the sign, right? So there is another way you can determine like faster. So like you just need to count how many negative numbers in this multiplication. So how many negative numbers? I'm gonna circle this time with different color. Let's go with green one. Okay, and so -6 is the negative number. Oops, it's not a green. I apologize. So -6 is the negative number, and -2 is a negative number. -5 is a negative number, and -3 is also a negative number. So there are 4 negative numbers. If you have even number of negative numbers, result will be positive. Okay, so you just need to count the negative numbers. If there are even of negative signs, so result will be positive. Okay, and even number of negative sign will result positive. Okay, I will show you the other example in the next slides. Hopefully I have it. Odd number of negative sign will result negative. So this is the conclusion actually for today's lesson. So if you go back to previous slide, let me show you. For the opposite sign are negative, like when you see the multiplication, there is only one negative sign, right? So that's why your result is negative. So one is odd number. Because of that, you ended up negative result. For the same sign positive, it's because if you have 2 negative signs, which is an even number, and that's why you ended up with positive. Okay, so this is the very like general. This is how we can generalize of what we know in math. Okay, so let's move on. Let's not say too much. And in the next slide, let's see what we have. Okay, so more practices. Let's do this. Let me hold. Oh, you got it. The answer. Okay. Thank you. And let me just review for other students, because so we have 1 negative number, we have 2 negative number, and we have 3 negative number. Because of I have odd number of negative sign, this is a 3 negative signs, my result has to be negative, right? And the second thing, thank you so much. I have like a couple students said it. Yes, it is a 120. And the next thing is you just need to multiply the numbers, like 1 times 3, it's 3, 3 times 10 is 30, 30 times 2 is 60, 60 times 2 is 120. Thank you so much. You guys are like putting your answers in the chat box. Thank you so much. So this is how you can do it, like in the easiest way. The second one, okay, you got it. For move on, let's move on. So how many negative signs? I have -8 and oops, that's too much. I have -8 and I have -½ So there are 2 negative numbers. Because of that, my result has to be positive, because it's an even number of negative signs. And when you multiply this, it's 4 times 3 is 4/3, and 4/3 times 8 is 32 divided by third, and 32 divided by third times 9 is it's 32. 96, right? Yeah, 96, and 96 times half, it's 48. Thank you so much, you guys. I think like if you use your calculator, you're gonna end up with 48 too. So 4 times 3 is 4/3, and 4/3 times 8 is 32 times third. Okay, and 32 times third times 9 is 98. You can use your calculator, and 98 times half is 90 times half is 48. Okay, so this is how we do the math. Okay, So the point is, like, what I'm trying to show you guys, it's about telling me how many negative numbers in the multiplication, okay? And then the rest of them is just the multiplying using your calculator, okay? So let's move on to the next one. I hope you guys got the point, counting the negative signs. And oops, did I say? Let's move on. Okay, it's a redo part now. Let's try these questions together. I want you to guys like use your calculator and try to participate in this because it's important that you understand this well, okay? So for the first one, it says evaluate the expression using the order of operations only. So if you remember guys, what is the order of operations? What action you need to do? Multiplication or division? Because these are mixed up. What do you think? In order of operations, what do you guys need to do first? Multiplication or division? No, there is no addition. So you have multiply and divide. Which one you have to do first? If you guys remember the order of operations, that was a PEMDAS, right? The initials of actions. A lot of students are typing in the chat box. I'm going to check it now. Just give me a second. So PEMDAS was parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Yes, I saw a lot of them are saying multiplication. Yes, it is. I mean, all of you said multiplication, and show me the answer. Okay, so yes, you guys need to do times first. So, and you need to multiply these two guys, right? These two. So 2 and 2, 2.2 times 2 is 4.4. Is it positive or negative? When you multiply these two numbers, because of both numbers are negative numbers, it has to be positive. Yes. Okay. So then divide. So second part, 5 times 1/4 or 1/4 times 5. The reason why I'm doing this, it's because I'm trying to follow the instruction. It says using the order of operation only. Okay. And 1/4 times 5 is 5/4. Okay. And because of one first number is negative, second one is positive, it has to be negative. And I think you guys got the answer, but it's not the 88. Is it 88? Well, let me double check. So yeah, so now you can do the division. Because of there is a one negative sign, the result has to be negative, and flipping the order for the second number, or 5 divided by 4 is 1.25, right? If you use your calculator. So, oh, by the way, yeah, now you got it. Awesome. I like this. So for each slides, by the way, I put the Desmos calculator on the left bottom, right bottom corner. Whenever you need a calculator, you just need to click this sign. It says Desmos. And you see, what is that? 4.4 divided by 1.25. Yes, it is a 3.52. Thank you so much, guys. You got it. I just confirmed it to show other students. Okay, it's a 3.52. Okay, is that clear now? Hope you guys understand this. Using the properties and methods. So first we did the order of operation. Now it says use properties and methods. So I'm going to use the easy method. So because if there are 3 negative signs, my result will be negative, and I just go with using a calculator, like 2 times 2 times 2 is 4.4, and 4.4 times 1/4, it's actually what was that? Yeah, so using a calculator, and you ended up with the same result that we did on the previous slide. Okay, it's going to be 3.52. Please let me know, guys, if I make mistake, because it looks like I made a mistake. But if not, we're good. Okay. So if you were asked to evaluate another expression, which method would you use? So I would recommend go with go with order of operation, and because it leads you to the correct answer. Parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division. Okay. Okay, let's go on the next slide. I have a question mark with this slide because I need to do something. Okay, how about this problem now? What do you think, guys? So tell me first, what is the sign of the this multiplication and division? What would be the sign? Positive or negative? What do you think the result would be? Positive or negative? Okay, let's look at the numbers. The first one is positive. There is a one negative number and two negative numbers. So that means it becomes positive, right? Positive result. And if we go order of operations, so now let's do the divisions first. What is the sound in the? Okay, it's okay. What is the sound in the background? Is there a sound on the background? I don't know, maybe the watch or the fan is running in the laptop. I apologize. I told you, like, I forgot my laptop. No, everybody is muted. Yeah, except one student. Okay, so let's get back to lesson. So we need to start with the division. And the first division is right here, 1 divided by 2/3. The second division is 3 divided by 1/2. Okay, so if you use your calculator, the first one will be 3 seconds because keep, change, flip. And when you multiply by 1, it's going to be 3 seconds. Okay, so the second number is, you're going to keep it as it is. And by the way, I'm going to drop the negative sign now because I know the result is positive. So I'm going to just keep the numbers. It's 8 and times. So 3 divided by 1 second. And keep, change, flip. So 3 multiply, flipping is 2 over 1, which is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so this is how I simplified now. If you use your calculator again and see what's going to happen. Oh, somebody said 32. Let's see. So it's a 3 over 2 times 8 over 1. Yes, 8 cancels with 2, and there is a 4 times 6. So 3 times 2 is, yes, it is a 36. Thank you so much. I mean, not 32. I apologize. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 6 is 6, 2 is 12. 6, 1. 72. I apologize. Not 32. 72. Thank you. Somebody got it, the answer. Okay. You guys are doing awesome. Thank you. So let's try another example. Every time, like when you see this kind of examples, this is the new one, by the way, and tell me, oh, hold on, you cannot tell this time because there is an addition right in the middle. So we need to go step by step now, right? Or you type all the numbers on the calculator, that's also fine. But we have to be very careful on this one, okay? So now let's do the multiplication first because order of operation tells us we need to do the multiplication first. And so multiply these two numbers and multiply these two numbers first. Use your calculator, by the way. How you write on the assignment. So you don't have to write, but you can type it on the slides if you want to take a notes. Or by the way, if you're using school Chromebooks, there is an option on the top, like you can edit the slides, or you can write like me using a pencil. Okay, if you're using a school Chromes. So let's multiply 2/3 with -7. 2/3, because there is a one negative sign for this multiplication, result would be negative. Okay, keep in mind, it's a -8. Oh, you mean the old result? Okay, we'll double check on this one. Okay, and times 7 will be 14/3, but this will be negative because it's a negative sign. For the second one, for the second one, 2/3 times 5, and that's a negative also because there is only one negative sign, which is 10/3. So now I have two fractions, so I need to add them because right in the between it says addition. So -14/3 plus -10/3. Okay, so because if the denominators are equal, which is easy, you just need to write it once, and you just need to add the numerators. -14 plus -10, which is -24, right? If you use your calculator, and yeah, you guys got it. Yes, it is a -8. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Does everybody has a problem with like my voice, because some students said I cannot hear you? Is everything okay? Okay, thank you. Maybe you need to turn like volume up because your speaker might be very low, or you need to use your headphone. Okay, thank you so much. By the way, let's get back to lesson. I apologize, like it's keep interrupting my own session. Okay, so this is the today's lesson. By the way, like you have this kind of numbers and addition, subtraction, everything. You need to go with like step by step. Whenever you see multiplication and division, do that one first, then do the addition and subtraction at the end. Okay, all the time, very careful, be careful with the signs, like whether it's negative or positive, and like try to go step by step to see it clearly, or use your calculator. That's also might be helpful. And yeah, that's it. This is for today's lesson. This is what I mean. I'm gonna like review different kind of questions format. But before you go, now it's the YouTube part. We have till end of the classroom 13 minutes. That vocabulary practice is just 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, and you have a vocab game. So let's take your next 10 minutes to finish up your vocabulary. Okay, so. And now I'm gonna stop talking. Make sure you guys finish up this vocabulary video and vocab game. That's it. And before you go, by the way, there is an exit ticket. Please keep in mind, you also do the exit ticket at the end of the classroom. I'll remind, no, somebody says bye, but you forget. If you stay with me, I think that's a good for you to be remembered. Okay. So let's finish up this, and I'll get back to you after 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
All right, guys. So we're in the last minute. We can wrap up a little bit. If you feel that you need extra time, you can finish up later or during the intervention time, because we have an intervention today at 1:05. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, some students are finished. They said finished. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. All right, so I'm gonna start now. And, oops, page. Just like that. So let me go over real quick about the exit tickets. And so it's a simple review from today's classroom. And by the way, if you have any confusion with anything, write it down. I can answer your questions during the intervention time, as I did on yesterday. So I really care about your questions. I read them. Sometimes I may not answer it, right? So, but I'm reading them and try to be helpful all the time. Okay. So there is only one question that we did in the we do part. So use your calculator. It's only division and multiplication. Like the calculator is the best option, I believe. And there is a negative numbers, by the way. You have to be very careful. And the last one is it's a checklist for today. Like, did you participate in Zoom? Did you do the DIN? Did you do the exit ticket? Because if you're doing this, I think you did the exit ticket and turning in all assignments in the Google Classroom and vocabulary. So no more vocabulary, by the way. I assigned 3 vocabulary for review. If you finish them all, that means you review all the lessons since beginning of the school year. Okay, that's awesome. Make sure you finish up all the vocabulary, because tomorrow is the benchmark, and I'll show you. I'll explain the instructions. Okay. Thank you so much. It's the end of the classroom. You have a couple more minutes, and once you're done, feel free to leave. I will be in the next couple minutes. Bye. Thank you.